Today we're at the Coral Ridge Yacht Club, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. They've called us to take care of a seawall issue they have. They have a concrete seawall that's leaching rust from inside the seawall. So we're going to go ahead and get the rust ground down, fix all the cracks. We're going to eliminate the rust with the rust inhibitor, and we're going to go ahead and prep it, prime it, and coat it with Tuff Coat. What we have to do is cut into the concrete slightly to get beneath the rust before we put our rust inhibitor on here. So we're going to hit some of these critical areas first, just to get them opened up, and then we're going to do an acid wash, and then we're going to go ahead and get it primed. Right here is where the main pocket of rust is coming through the concrete. So we're going to dish that out a little bit before we put the rust inhibitor on there. Okay, what we've got is we've got the rust ground down. I ground it down about a 1/16 of an inch. And you can see down in, it's a pocket of rust here. I've cleaned everything up else around it. You get several little pockets that's pushing up through the concrete. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna acid wash this whole thing, get the balance of the rust off. Then we're gonna put a rust inhibitor right on that rust pocket to seal it up and to convert the rust. Then we're gonna put our Tuff Coat primer over the top, then we're gonna Tuff Coat. Straight muriatic acid on this heavy rust. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna eat this rust away with muriatic acid, and we're gonna open the pores of the concrete also. We're gonna brush it on, we're gonna neutralize it, and then rinse it off onto the ground. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to encapsulate the rust and convert it. We use an automotive rust encapsulator. We get it from Eastwood. They make it in gallons also, quarts, but we like the aerosol. It's handy for small projects. So we're going to go ahead and spray all the rust spots. This should dry over them, soak into the concrete, and seal them up really nice. Ready? Okay, we've got this rust inhibitor down on these really bad areas right here. It's a rust sealer also. You can kind of see where we've got it on here. It's nice and dry. We're going to go ahead and apply the CP10 primer now. And then tomorrow morning we're going to apply the Tuff Coat. Okay, we're getting ready to apply the CP10 primer. CP10 is a 2-component water-based primer. It's a part A and a part B. This is the part A here, the part B. Simply dump one into the other with 2 half-full cans, and you give it a stir with a mechanical mixer or a really good stick. Stick works pretty good. We're getting ready to apply the primer, CP10 primer, onto the concrete. Just use a 3/8 snap roller. Any inexpensive roller, Home Depot, Sherwin-Williams, is you know, it's real simple. When you're done with it, throw it away. We're gonna put the primer down, put it down nice and heavy. Especially on damaged concrete like this, so it gets in the pores and soaks in and takes a good bite. So we're just going to dump the primer out onto the surface and roll it around. So you can do this, or you can operate out of a bucket. Just kind of roll it around. a nice heavy coat. Get a nice even dispersion onto the surface. Got a good even coat of primer on here. Gonna let it sit overnight, and we're gonna coat it with Tuff Coat tomorrow morning. When you mix this material, you want to make sure you start at the top and start working down to the bottom slowly. You don't want to stick the mixer straight into the rubber down the bottom. It'll burn your drill up, or it's just really hard to mix that way. So start at the top and work it down. The next step is to put the Tuff Coat over the top of the primer. First we're going to mix it. We got the can open. We added a little bit of water to it. I like to use a mixer. Looks something like that. Available at Home Depot. But we're going to go ahead and just get the material mixed up good. Then we'll roll it down. Go ahead and apply the Tuff Coat. We're going to roll it on. It's the Tuff Coat roller. It's a special roller you can only buy from Tuff Coat. It actually disperses the rubber granules onto the surface. You go ahead and you go into the bucket and just make a nice smooth pass out. Keep the roller moving. That'll disperse the product onto the ground. You want to make sure you fully load the roller so it's nice and thick on there. Nice pass. Nice even pass. You can kind of massage it into the deck. If you get a couple passes on, you want to come across it. Good. And there's one section of the dock complete, and we'll get on with the rest of it.